Welcome to the Lessons for Life Christmas special, and what a special reunion it is. I'm here with my old friend and former colleague, Babar Ali. We used to share the airwaves and now we're sharing YouTube. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Julian.
What has happened?
It seems like such a long time ago now.
It seems a lifetime away.
Yeah. But it's great to see that you're still active. You're still,
I'm still
out there.
hyperactive.
And from what I can see, you have improved.
Thank you very much. You didn't think I could. You didn't think it could get any better, but here we are on YouTube. Barbara and I used to have a radio show, and we dabbled in the YouTube.
We did.
But we were mainly a radio
Community
outfit. Community radio, deeply rooted in the Muslim and wider community.
That's right.
But you have moved on into the fitness world.
Yeah.
You're a personal trainer.
Yeah. And a coach.
And a coach.
Yeah.
And I guess a mentor. You're probably a friend, a support to people.
Yes. I like to believe I am.
Why is fitness important?
Good question.
And what does it mean to be fit?
Yeah, I mean, you see fitness everywhere now. I mean, Instagram is one of the main places now where people go and show off their fitness abilities and showing off their physiques, etc. Fitness in itself is really important for everyone. You know, you don't necessarily need to be aesthetic. You don't necessarily need to have a great body to be fit and healthy.
Okay, and what's the difference between health and fitness?
Well, health is vital. You know, if you're unhealthy, you know, you won't be able to get on with your daily life.
Yeah.
You know, you're always going to be worrying about being sick, etc. So, healthy is very important. Fitness in itself is more to do with how one can perform, maybe. You know.
From what I understand, fitness is always fit for the purpose. A sumo wrestler is fit for what he does.
That's like sports specific.
A marathon runner is fit for what he does.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the fitness that you are training people?
Yeah, I mean,
Do they come to you with a goal?
Yeah, I mean, if it's personal training, generally those sort of sessions or that sort of work is more gym based, where people want to lose weight, gain muscle, and
lose fat.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, lose fat, ideally.
Okay.
Lose fat and gain muscle. So those sort of workouts are generally based in gyms, and if gym workouts can get a bit boring. Not everyone wants to be working out in the gym all the time. So we could do other things as well. We can do outdoor workouts and
keep it fun, keep it enjoyable.
Try to keep it interesting, keep it different.
What about the people that say healthy at any weight? When you say people come to you for weight loss or fat loss, yet we're being told you can be healthy at any weight and I can be clinically obese, but I'm still healthy. Yeah,
I mean, that's true. You don't necessarily, like I said in the beginning, you don't need to be aesthetic and have the perfect physique to be healthy or fit. But what does determine how healthy you are? Your heart rate, your I was going to say...
Recovery?
Your recovery, your heart rate, your blood pressure.
Okay.
All these factors determine...
So these are tangible things that we can measure.
Exactly.
Health and fitness is actually something that we can measure, and some people are healthier than others.
Exactly.
This mentality of, we're all equal and everything's okay and it's all right if you're overweight, has that led people to be unfit, to be unhealthy? Is that promoting unhealthy lifestyle? If fat people are on the front cover of health magazines. Sorry to be very insensitive, and I'm talking in very sort of crude terms at the moment, but that's what Barbara told me to say.
Did I say that? No.
Why are fat people on the front of fitness magazines?
The problem is, one of the problems is, and I'm generalizing here, is that people like to be comfortable. You know, people, they don't want to push the limit. They don't want to get up every day trying to be better than yesterday.
Okay.
You know, so a lot of people want to be comfortable. They don't want to push the limits, and I think that's where they just want to be accepted for who they are. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthy. You know, you have to go to your GP, get your heart rate checked, blood pressure checked, get all these factors checked, do some blood tests to actually see how healthy you are.
Okay. And there's a fine line between as you say, being healthy at any weight, you could have a low heart rate, you might have better cholesterol, I might have worse cholesterol than a visibly obese person.
That's right.
Because some of these health factors are invisible,
Yeah,
internal. But having excess body fat is one visible sign of
If
unhealthy
you are
lifestyle, right?
if you have excess body fat, that is an indicator that you are unhealthy.
Okay.
That will be a general indicator. It's not necessarily true all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for example, you might see certain boxers, they might carry a lot of body fat, but these guys are going 10, 12 rounds and fighting at a high level.
Yeah, so they can't be unhealthy or
Exactly.
I mean, Tony Bellew springs to mind. He's always said, "Oh, I'm a fat guy." He doesn't look typically like the athlete,
Like a shredded athlete. But
although last time round he did come in quite more cut than usual.
better. He pushed the limits a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in.
Do you think had he pushed harder over the years, he would have been in a better
Yeah, I mean,
shape?
we are all
is it
products.
just
We are
his
all
biology?
products of our environment. And the longer you do something, yes, you will see certain changes.
What about Fedor, one of the best fighters who ever lived, MMA?
Yeah.
He didn't look typically athletic.
Not impressive
No.
at all.
But impressive
Definitely,
when he got in the
and the sort of exercises and training that he was doing were more sport specific. It wasn't geared towards having a ripped physique. You know, that having a ripped physique and being a competitive fighter, you know, it's a plus. It's
Okay.
It's not a priority.
And it might be a consequence of training, but it's not what you train for.
Exactly.
Fury springs to mind as well, who's got himself back into great shape,
Yes.
having gained, blown up to 28 stone or something. He's got back in shape, but he's never been the aesthetic bodybuilder type. Shall I do the impression? If I can't be a pumped up bodybuilder, I'm not any good then, am I? I'm the Gypsy King. There it was for the last time this year. So yeah, you don't have to be a ripped bodybuilder.
You got to stop doing those impressions because I remember
some people are falling for them too much.
People fall for them. And the other thing is when you used to do those impressions back in the day, I would actually be laughing for about 5 minutes and stop. So you might ruin this show that we're doing now.
We'll cut out all the laughter. We'll quit while we're ahead.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask you about measuring.
Yes.
We can measure body fat, we can measure height, weight, blah, blah, blah. Can we measure testosterone levels?
Yes.
How does one measure
That's
your
done
testosterone
through
level?
blood testing.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm scared of needles.
You can go to your GP actually and you can get it checked.
Okay, but it will involve a blood test.
Yes, but it's not a major thing. It's like they're going to stick a little needle in you and
Yeah,
draw a little blood. It's not like a blood transfusion.
Yeah, that's what, and you don't get a biscuit afterwards.
No.
People say that, on the whole, male testosterone levels have dropped
Yes.
in society, certainly in Western society. That could be because of diet and environmental factors.
The rise of feminism.
Why would the rise of feminism... Could be, but why would that? How would that manifest itself biologically?
Well, I mean, we are all products of our environment. And when we have this war that's going on at the moment between sexes, where you have male and females actually competing against each other.
Don't forget all the other ones, Barbara.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
But let's talk about male and female.
That's very sexist of you to say that.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes. Sorry, I'm
Genders. There are two sexes, but people say there are many genders.
I'm a bit old-fashioned.
I know you are.
Yeah. So when you've got two sexes constantly in battle with each other, rather than helping each other...
but why would that have a biological effect?
It comes down to the alpha and the beta.
Okay.
You know, if one always has to be dominant. You know, if you look through the animal kingdom, it's the same, same principles. And science likes to compare humans with animals as well, in terms of their behaviorisms. So when you have that, the two sexes battling each other all the time for dominance, something's got to give. Other factors is that men are not producing. You know.
But because of this drop in testosterone.
Yeah.
I've heard that women taking the pill, the contraceptive pill, and then urinating, the chemical gets into our water system through the as you can imagine, the water gets recycled, and that hormone would be estrogen is then being drunk by men and making them effeminate.
Look, that is actually the first time I've actually heard something, but
you heard it here first.
Could be true in some way.
Will you be buying an Evian instead of drinking out of the tap, if that's the case?
We don't know what else is in our war either.
Well, there's fluoride in there. I know
plastic.
Underneath is
Metals.
a nice layer of tinfoil.
Yeah.
I don't know, but all these environmental factors and nutrition, it will have an effect.
It does.
And
it does.
It won't be noticeable on the individual, but on the population as a whole, you will see the trend, whether that's testosterone dipping or men having fewer children.
I mean, if we talk a little bit more about alpha and beta,
okay,
you know, I've already said that we are products of our environment. So if you have a male, let's take for you for instance, one day you will want to have children. Okay. If you took it upon yourself from now, today, to completely change your attitude to life and your lifestyle, for example, changing your diet, taking up a weightlifting program, doing a lot of physical activity, and also developing your mind, trying to better yourself as a person in every aspect of your life, you would actually change the DNA of your sperm.
Will I?
Yes, you would actually change the DNA of your sperm. So when you do come to the point where you are ready to have children, you would probably have a Superman as a child.
Yeah, okay. So you can affect the health of your future child by improving your own health.
Yes, and you can see. I mean, and you can see if you look out there in the world, and if you see a particular family where obesity may be running through the generations, and what you'll see is the children are probably having the same genetics.
Is that because they've got the same genetics, or is it just because they're eating from the same plate, literally?
No, I think genetics play a big part.
But if a family all eat together, they're going to eat the same food.
Exactly.
And it's probably both. And I think America is
but the food is affecting our genetics, our DNA. Because the food is the medicine.
Yeah.
You know, we have to treat food as medicine. There's no other way. If we treat food as just a fuel source, and we're just putting whatever we have in our body, not thinking about the nutrition in our food, then we aren't really, we aren't really being successful in what we want to do.
You are what you eat.
Yes.
And I've heard that you've gone vegan now.
No, I'm not vegan.
After all this.
No, I'm not vegan. But I do, in some ways, respect the vegan lifestyle. I don't think the vegan lifestyle is sustainable.
Okay.
The reason for that is I think it does weaken the male's testosterone.
All that soy.
Yes.
I've heard that people who switch to a vegan diet reap huge benefits in the early stages because for once they're actually eating enough vegetables and greens, which they never did before.
Definitely. Initially,
but it trails off.
Yes, initially you will see huge results. You know, your body will start detoxing, you will start cleansing, you will feel better with yourself, your digestive system will be operating much more effectively, but it's not sustainable. I mean, if you want to be, for me, males, they should eat meat at least once or twice a week.
Okay.
And I think that the makeup of the meat, the profiling of the meat, is far more superior than what you can get in vegetables. Vegetables don't offer the same profiling, so you need to have meat in your diet at least once or twice a week. A nice steak,
but not necessarily every day.
No, not every day. I mean, if you are someone who's not so active, I wouldn't recommend you eating meat every day.
And certainly not processed meat.
Oh, 100% not processed meat. No. It should be organic. You know, and we should research more on what food we are eating.
We should.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to pause there. We will be back after the break. Baba, thank you for joining me for this part 1 of the Christmas reunion.